Imagine you made bread. You made delicious, mouth-watering bread. People from far and wide would come to sample your bread. They said it was the best bread in the world. You would share your bread with everyone. You made enough on a daily basis to feed everybody, and everyone was happy. Then one day, someone came along and said, "Can I have some bread?" And you said, "Of course." So you gave them a loaf. But then they came back the next day and said, "Can I have some more?" You smile and say, "Sure." But then they said, "I want all the bread, every single loaf." Wow. Well, you can't have all the bread. That's not how it works. Everyone has to enjoy this bread. Stop being greedy. There's enough bread for everyone. That person goes away, and then a few days later, they come back with guns and knives, and they steal all the bread. They say, "From now on, you're coming to work for me. From now on, you make bread for me. I'm the only one that gets any bread from now on." So they kidnap you, your family, and your friends. And they force you to work in a bakery without pay, without breaks, and without ever knowing when you'll get to leave. They go back to where you used to live and they dictate that no one in that land is allowed to make bread because if they do, well, there'll be consequences. So decades and decades go by. They call you a baker now. You're baking bread every day from sunup till sundown, but you're not even allowed to eat the bread that you make. If you get caught eating the bread, you could be hurt severely. You might even get killed. So you don't want to get into trouble, but you take the leftover crumbs and you create something spectacular. And you feed your friends and family at night while the bakery owner and manager is asleep. Years go by. You forget what your own kitchen looks like. You forgot your friends and family. All you know is this bakery. Your children were born in this bakery. That's all they know. Your children have been forced to bake bread with you every day and never been allowed to sample the bread you make. Only the crumbs you're able to hide and bring back. Eventually, groups of people who were forced to work in the bakeries decide enough is enough. All of these bakers get together. They refuse to make any more bread. They refuse to be victims any longer. They rally round, they plan and decide to overthrow the bakery owners. No longer will they be forced to bake and starve. The bakers decide that the managers will give them what they want. They want the bread that they make to be shared equally amongst everyone. They want all the loaves of bread that was stolen by the bakery managers and the past owners to be paid for. They've been stealing bread, forcing them to bake for hundreds and hundreds of years. The bakers want to be paid and compensated for their hard work. They want credit. They built that bakery. They're the reason the bakery is successful. Without them, there would be no bakery. But the managers of the bakery aren't too happy about that. They see the bakers protesting, marching, and in some cases making threats and carrying them out. The managers aren't willing to meet the demands of the bakers. Instead, they say, "You know what? We'll give them just enough to shut them up and make them forget." The bakery managers and owners get together and tell the bakers, "From now on, you can have the last slice of a loaf, the crust of the bread, but you have to share it with everyone else." This wasn't what the bakers asked for, but the bakers thought it was better than nothing, so they took it. However, things didn't get better for the bakers. They still had to bake. They still didn't get paid for their work. They were still hurt and punished when they didn't do what the bakery managers demanded. People were still hungry and starving. All the while, the bakery managers and owners grew rich and wealthy. The bakers forgot where they came from and forgot exactly what the older bakers demanded and required. They forgot why they were fighting. Time went by, and now other people have come along and taken bites out of the baker's one slice of bread, leaving the bakers with even less than they were given in the first place. Stores pop up in the baker's neighborhood that sell all the ingredients the baker needs. These stores don't like the bakers, but the bakers buy from them because they're told they have no other option. The bakers still bake bread, they still feed the world, they're still not given credit, they're still not compensated, they're not given equal pay. They're forced to buy ingredients from stores that don't like them. But now, the bakery managers have the baker's recipe. They've taken the recipe and made their own bread. They've changed the name of the bread and told the world they invented it. And it's their original recipe. The real bakers get none of the credit. But when that baker speaks up, they're told to get over it and let it go. It's not your recipe. You don't own it. You have to share. Sadly, now the bakers aren't even allowed to work in those bakeries. The same bakers that they built and turned into a success. Does that sound familiar? Angel Ramirez Jordan, Peace, love, and coconut oil. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG. If you like the video, make sure to share and definitely don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell so that you always get notifications whenever I post a video and you never miss an update. Also, check out my website, www.ikyg.com. Check out any projects that I might have going on, coaching sessions, Angel's thoughts, Angel's videos, any events that might be happening. Make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And as always, all the links will be in the description. Peace, love, and coconut oil.